Move it! Here we go. That's what we need right there. Nice one. All right, let's move on.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
We'll get the next one. Come on, focus. Man, I can't even watch this.
Good. All right, let's move on. Great energy in practice. Don't leave the gym without putting some individual work.
Welcome back. Again, if you have not seen the first two parts of Winning Tips, I highly encourage you to go check them out right now. It's time to hit the neighborhood. Keep in mind that there's a lot of sharks out there, and I'm here to help you navigate those waters. So whether you're in the playground, the rec, or the pro-am, one of the biggest ways that you can help your team is by being a great screen setter. So there's two different ways that we can be effective as a screener.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Dallas Mavericks.
Get hip or get stuck.
Oh. Nobody.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. And tonight we'll see the Dallas DA take it away.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity, but after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. But the rookies are still trying to get their firm footing as the new season begins and a new arena for them opens up. Talk about your journey over the course of your rookie year.
Yeah, I remember it was really exciting to fulfill the dream of being an NBA player. I struggled early in the season, particularly against some of the veteran guys I ran up against, but found my rhythm and really played extremely well for
some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Red Hot comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Curry subbed in for J.J. Barea. Norkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Lisa comes in for Hood.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
The tray. Porzingis with the rebound. So for Dallas, their last game a win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Curry passes to Red. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Shea, the rookie for this team, you know, Greg, he's a little bit of a rarity in the league. He stayed all 4 years in college.
And I know many people were shocked to see Shea stay all 4 years as his stock dropped and dropped every year. But a lot of questions were asked about why he chose to stay, but he's trying to put that all behind him and make the most of the fact that he's here now.
And that one misses.
Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Collins is checked in.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Red Hot. Portland grabs the miss. You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting. Two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Curry finds Powell. Back to Curry. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the Charities Fund. These guys were practically automatic. Damian Lillard, third.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
He dishes it to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Launches it. Porzingis with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Now, here's Lillard. Ariza outside. Fires the three. Kicks it out to McCollum. The three. That one doesn't drop. And it's Dallas the other way. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
Two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry with the three. The Mavericks rebound. Pass to Red. There's the three. Goes up again, and they pick up 2. Now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
And the call will be against Red Hot. That's his first foul. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Doncic. And a switch here also for Portland. Trent's checked in. Collins passes to The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Hardaway. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Dallas shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit freaky out there. And he uses the glass on the layup.
He's becoming more comfortable and tight. Seth Curry is good at picking his spots from this area.
Ariza outside. Powell pulls it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Red hot. Good D by Ariza.
You know, that's not a great matchup, guys. He forced it against outstanding defense.
The feed to Collins. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul. Completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Hood's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding in getting his arms up and denying shooters.
They've got J.J. Barea. He's out there with Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Red Hot. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Lets it go from 11. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Only given up 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, he's been a rock of offensive support so far. And when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Mavericks trail by 15.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Doncic finds Porzingis. There's Red Hot. They need this. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Anthony. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Pass to Trent. Out to Hood. A 3-ball. And the Trailblazers another 3.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. They're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special. Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different time.
If they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. And year 3, the best of Dorian Finney-Smith's career.
Yeah, you know, he upped his scoring rate, guys, and rebounding. He became more efficient and undrafted out of college, played his college ball at Florida, and he's made himself a nice home in the NBA.
Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Mavericks trail by 20. And there's the pass to Red. Dallas again missing.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Offensive rebound. He shoots again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight. And it's paid off with a lot of second-chance points.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Here's Trent. Ball stolen.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
Passes it to Red. Rebounded by Hood. Hood's got 6 rebounds in the game, and the call will be against Red Hot. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Hood deciding where to go with it. Whiteside kicks to Hood. And here's McCollum for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Hood gets the bucket. Hood's got 7 points in the game.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic to stop the drought. No good from Red Hot.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
This is... With 1 on the clock, it's not going to go for him. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Trailblazers running away with this one.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
Yo, listen up. Obviously, we're not playing great, but if we clean it up a little bit, we can get back on track. All right, sense of urgency. Every rebound, every loose ball, every cut to the basket, do it with purpose. All right? That includes you too, Che. All right, you're playing hard, but your energy's about here. It's got to be here. And all of you have got to do a better job of keeping your composure. All right, if a play breaks down, don't freelance. Run the second option, the third option. All right, we practice this stuff, so use it. Up the intensity, trust the system. You still win this game, guys. All right, so bring it in. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Pero ninong minute ba iba tayo? May Sardinas ka pa ba dyan?
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate.
Looking for... Finney-Smith. Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think we see more guards getting more rebounds because the team playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Here's Red Hot.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Just 5 on the clock. Kept alive. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Collins checked in for Anthony. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
Fires for 3, and Doncic hits it to go. Doncic has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Dallas. McCollum outside. Pass to Trent. Lillard against Curry. It's up a 3. Portland again missing.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Here's Red Hot. He is guarded by McCollum. Pass to Curry. Here's Red Hot. Offensive rebound. Cleveland. Doncic outside. The pass to Red Hot. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Here's Red Hot. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Lillard with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Trent. Nice D from Doncic.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Porzingis. Goes back up. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
And looking at the numbers for Lillard, he's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in free throw shooting, 9th in scoring. And his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And just going back to his free throw efficiency, it's about confidence when you're at the line. You've always said it. He had it. That's how he ended up with the top 3 ranking. Here's Trent. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Trent's got his 2nd basket of the game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Red Hot. Reza covering. Here's Red Hot, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Ariza. That free throw, no good. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Curry passes to Cauley Stein. There's Red Hot. Right side Hardaway. No good from Red Hot.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love it.
And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then there's Red Hot. And it's Doncic in at the 2 guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Down low, here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And that's now 20 points for Lillard.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on. That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
Boy, he's been a different player here in the 2nd half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Let out the pass to Doncic. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Damian Lillard.
I'll tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Whiteside. Mario Hezonja comes in for Anthony. Little, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Simons in for Lillard. McCollum. Kleber with the rebound. Kleber's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Redmond. Back to Barea. Beyond the arc. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instinct.
Here's Simons. Mark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA talent. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
But they recover it. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Doncic dishes to Barea. Shot clock at 6. For the 3, and it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Barea. Barea's got 5 assists tonight. Trailblazers leading by 21. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having.
One misses for Whiteside.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Damian Lillard.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work. I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Pwedeng ako muna po yung POS, tapos isa-send ko yung POS.
You know what I like about a new season,
The games?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm itching for some NBA action, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I like is how everyone thinks they know how things are going to play out, and every year there are surprises, and every single year, that's what happens. Look at Sacramento last year. Everyone counted them out, and they won, what, 40 games, something like that?
39.
Right, which wasn't, like, incredible, but people were saying they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. So for me, those kinds of surprises are something I really look forward to. And speaking of which, we're going to hit you with some preseason power rankings, but first, a couple of songs for you. We'll be right back with more Hank and the Hornet only on 98.9 behind the flex.
Get hip or get stuffed.
Oh.
Pero sa lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin para niya ito. So, anong i-offer mo bukas? Okay, sige. Okay. Pero bukas pa. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So boss, yung ilalagay namin sa POF, date and time na lang ha. Tapos pangalan mo ha. Ha? Eds na lang ilalagay namin ha. Okay, thank you.
It doesn't matter if we're 5-on-5 or 3-on-3, whether you're guarding the basketball or you're guarding off ball. All of you guys on the team defensively are on a string together. We got to remember to contain the basketball and help the helper. All right, so let's look back to the celebrity game. And here we see Chris displaying the one act that we don't like here at 2K TV, and that's my man didn't score. Here's a wide open drive down the lane. He's supposed to set up and fill. He does not, because he's hugging up on his man, because he doesn't care as long as his man didn't score.
You have to experience.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 90.
The Mile High City of the 2K Sports pregame show. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA Day. Well, just putting in the extra work. All right, thanks, David. And now, a chance to see what's coming up for the Nuggets. On Thursday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Now,
fifth-year marriage. And guys start to think about, you know what, I keep seeing you every day, and I don't like how it is that I'm playing, and I don't like where we are right now. It's cold in this gym. What is going on? That might spill over occasionally to competition on the field.
Well, because my wife plays this game, watches our broadcast,
yeah,
I'm always in the honeymoon stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I I can't believe she's playing it. Murray kicks to Barton. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
There's Red Hot. Really had troubles in the loss to Portland. And Jay, no stranger to success as a pro basketball. You know, Greg, he's already been on a championship team in the Summer League.
And that was a fantastic showing from Che during the Summer League tournament. I know a lot of fans will disregard any success that happens before the regular season, but it was hard to ignore the energy that Che played with.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. It's a 10-point game. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
Oh, good on the 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Murray, no good. Mavericks trail by 12. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wright finds Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Lets it go from 11. No good from Red Hot.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
And it's Murray penetrating. That's tipped. To the inside. Red Hot finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
Now Plumlee. And the pass to Barton. From the arc. The shot, no good. Mavericks trail by 10. Pass to Red Hot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Murray. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Denver. Basket counts.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
In the corner, Powell with it. But they get it back. Cauley Stein passes to Red Hot. Second shot opportunity, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Denver Nuggets get called for the foul.
One area after watching Denver over the course of the past 2 years showing what they can do offensively is for them to improve on the defensive end of the floor. About middle of the pack last year. They can get into that top 5. They become very formidable as a finals team.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Porter's checked in. And for the Nuggets, I think they concede, Brent, that defense is a work in progress.
Well, that's why they jumped, though, last year, Kevin. 2 years ago, they were at the very bottom of the league, and last year showed some signs of getting some cohesion on that end of the floor. If they get into that top 5, Kevin, this team could be on their way to the NBA Finals.
They retain possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Mavericks trail by 11. Passes it to Red Hot. Inside. Powell against Grant. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
1:15 left in the first quarter. And stolen by Vonleh. Here's Murray. Finished off the break. Murray's got 7 points.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
The pass to Red. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Out to the right wing. Murray for 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Kings in Sacramento. Back to Wright. Pass to Hardaway. To the middle. Let out the pass to Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
27 seconds left in the first quarter. Left side, Porter. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Got a piece of it. Porter against Wright. Makes it off the glass. 5 points in the game.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Nikola Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the...
Buffalo, like fashion, lost, like...
Platoon swap here on the floor. For Dallas, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight. And that one misses. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Bill Barton is out there with Harris. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Plumlee in at the power forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And the Mavericks making a change here. Lights check in. Here's Harris. Doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough. But the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you've got to turn those into points. And it might have cost them in that last ball game, missing all those chippies.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 7. And he gets it to go. Porzingis has got 6 here in this quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Barton against Wright. They could use a bucket. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the paint. Here's Redhot. Millsap trying to get open. Here's Doncic. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Barton outside. Pass to Jokic. Passes to Millsap. 5 on the clock. Here's Harris. Here's Jokic. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Jokic with the steal. Now here's Barton. He has 7. Jokic finds Millsap. Back to Jokic. Over Porzingis. That one wide left.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
A problematic or an Achilles heel for a lot of young bigs is consistency from the free throw line. Really hasn't been a problem for Porzingis.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Here's Barton. And that one goes long.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Denver calls timeout.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Paul Millsap.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Gary Harris. How he performed last season. He put up about 13 points a game last season. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
We talk about solid role players, Brent. Mason Plumlee fits the bill.
Does such a great job consistently of coming in, being a physical player, setting screens and rolling. Probably an underrated part of his game is the way that he passes the ball, but never is going to get your team out of sorts with the way that Mason can play within his role.
Here's Red Hot. Barton defending. And here is Harris. 11 points for him in that last game against Sacramento. A steal. 1:51 left to play in the first half. Right wing. Here's Red Hot. And a miss there on the triple. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Wright with the double team. It's Barton on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
That's the 2nd long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on the roll.
From 13, no good for Red Hot.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now the pass to Barton. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block. And they get it back. 4 on the shot clock. Murray the pass to Jokic.
Cauley Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Pass to Red. Looking to get back on track here. That's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Harris passes to Murray. 2 points. That one goes. Now it's a 5-point Denver lead.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Passes it to Red. He feeds it to Wright. The pass to Red. The 17-footer. No good off the front iron.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting.
1 second left. That shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Nuggets on top. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
What are you doing out there, Jay? Looks like you're running in the mud.
I got nothing tonight, man.
Okay, let's go back to basics, all right? See your man, see the ball, all right? Make the right pass, take the open shot. You're doing too much.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, here for Denver. Lonley's checked in for Jokic. Jeremy Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. Will Barton, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Gary Harris. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Wright. Red Atta's out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, home in the paint. Morris kicks to Vonleh. He nails it. And we're tied up. Vonleh's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dallas has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Red Hot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Will Barton. Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple of seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running. Yes. You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis, to get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path tool. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you.
It was a terrific sophomore season for Monte Morris, one of the best assist-to-turnover ratio guys in the league. The former Iowa State Cyclone got a lot of rotation minutes and was huge in the playoffs as he came in as a spark plug off the bench.
And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Barton surveying the floor. 11 feet out and he hits it. Barton's got 5 points now in the quarter. And for Morris, Brent, a great success story on a two-way contract player.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Nuggets in the way that they operated their G League team and the way that Monte Morris was able to develop with a lot of minutes there and then come in and be an impact player. More and more teams being conscientious of how they're using the G League. Monte Morris, a success story. from that sort of production.
Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley-Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley-Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
Murray outside. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. This is his second trip to the line in this one. And the technical free throw is good.
Talk about players who are X factors for their team, and for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray is one of those guys. He is a guy that once he gets going, feels like the team can become unbeatable.
So it's Denver now. 3-point lead. And stolen by Wright. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. Wright's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
As you said, Brent, a hot Jamal Murray can take over a game.
Big time investment from the Nuggets this offseason, and what Jamal Murray is to them now, but what he can be in the future. And I think right now what he's looking to be is as consistent as he possibly can be, night in and night out, to prepare this team each season to play its best basketball in the postseason.
The kick out to Barton. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Let out the pass to Wright. Here's Red Hot. Not going to go that time. Barton with some nice D, and the call will be against Red Hot. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Brent, on both ends of the floor, Will Barton is an effective spark plug for this team.
Yeah, he can fire you up out there, Kevin. He can do some things, obviously, defensively to get the team going and igniting the fast break. And then offensively, I know Mike Malone might not agree with all of the choices from Will Barton, but when he gets it going, it's an extra spark for this Nuggets squad.
Ball's knocked loose. There's Red Hot. 5 points in the game. Trying to break that ice cold streak. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
And free throw shooting has been an issue all game. And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
Zinkis, he's checked in for Dallas.
And the charity stripe once again proving to be the Achilles heel for him. His free throws have been way off the mark.
Pass to Red. It's off the run. That one misses. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Looking ahead to their next and playing at New Orleans. They'll match up against the Pelicans. He's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Gary Harris in for Murray. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team, he means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Will Barton is out there with Gary Harris. And it's Porter at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. That one is no good. Brett, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of their travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Correa, the pass to Red Hot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Correa kicks to Marjanovic. Dallas moving it around. Here's Red Hot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And so it's Dallas with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
Here's Craig. No good from outside.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Daniels passes to Bates Diop. Pass to Morris. Pulls up from the corner, and there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Morris.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Red Hot. He's covered by Daniels. Red Hot the pass to Marjanovic. To the middle. Here's Red Hot. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Wide open look. Again, the Nuggets score.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Dallas has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Murray, the pass to Red Hot. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And so it's Correa with it. They'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Here's Red Hot. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. Bates Diop's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Craig can't get it to go.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Correa, the pass to Red Hot. Here's Marjanovic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat